Yo, welcome back, Last Second Sports family. Hey, make sure y'all stay locked in tonight because we going over the San Fran 49ers and the Detroit Lions off-season moves that need to happen. Yo, welcome back to Last Second Sports, where we giving our take down to the last second. It's your boy Rad out here in Rip City, Portland, Oregon, repping those Detroit Lions. You know, us versus everybody. But hey, we want to thank y'all for tapping in once again to listen to us two men talk sports, baby. But hey, I got that guy out there on the East Coast, that man Jay Nay, repping them San Fran 49ers. What's happening, Brody?
Hey, listen, I know that you've been prepared for this show since week one, Rad, because your Detroit Lions were going nowhere. But the 49ers just got bounced out of the playoffs in the NFC Championship. So I'm excited to dive in to what this offseason should look like. And I'm excited to do it with you because I think you're going to bring a perspective.
Nah,
What?
I don't want to hear none of that. Don't throw me a jab and then be excited to do it with me. We've been prepared since week one. Nah, we don't need to hear none of that, okay?
Oh. Well, I just thought you'd be like really prepared. I thought you should be excited because we're gonna.
Nah, I'm not trying to hear none of that. Kill that noise, man. That was.
All right.
Thanks. You know what? I'm doing good. If you want to know, like I'm in a good mood, ready to get the show rolling. We talking Lions, Niners. I've been prepared since week one.
I know that you're very prepared for this show. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that I think that you're all right. I'm just gonna move on anyways.
Yeah, because that's some bull right there. You ain't have to start it off like I know you. I ain't throw no jabs to you. Why you got to throw one back?
Yeah.
It's okay, man. It's okay because when we in the playoffs this coming year, you know what I mean. I want that same energy. I want that same energy.
No, I feel it. I definitely feel it. All right,
work, bro. Nah, man.
Gosh. Well, I'll tell you this: since the last time you and I have done a show, we've got the mod crew in full effect, making sure that we got nobody in here with stupid nonsense. So that's good. Appreciate the mod crew coming through. I had a different name for them. They had a different name for themselves. You guys tell me what that was because it was much cooler than the mod crew was. Either way. All right, here's one thing that I think is important before we jump into this is some key dates to the offseason, right?
Okay.
Because a lot of people, I think there's confusion as to like when free agency starts. I know for 49er fans, they want to know when Jimmy Garoppolo can be traded and what that looks like. So I want to make sure that I walk through some of the key dates during this offseason, just so everybody knows what to expect and when these things that we're talking about can actually go down. So basically, March 1st through the 7th is going to be the scouting combine. That's going to come back full effect, which is fantastic. We're used to watching that on NFL Network and what have you, ESPN, and we haven't had it the last couple of years due to COVID. So excited to have that. That's going to be a ton of fun. March 8th, prior to 4 p.m. Eastern, that is basically the deadline for the franchise tag. So if you're going to transition or franchise tag any players, it's got to happen before March 8th at 4 p.m. Eastern. March 14th, 12 p.m. Eastern to March 16th, 3:59 p.m. Eastern. This is when negotiations with unrestricted free agents can happen. So you always have that 2-day period where Adam Schefter is out there and the Rappaports are talking about deals that are going to get done, but they're not official until March 16th. And what's really cool about this is every year there's that one or two deals that you think are done. And then when March 16th rolls around, they fall through for whatever reason. So that's a lot of fun. That's that 2-day period where you're going to hear a lot of negotiations, a lot of future deals talking about, but they cannot be official until the beginning of the new league year, which is March 16th at 4 p.m. Eastern. But here's what's interesting about this from a 49er fan perspective. Obviously, we're talking about Jimmy Garoppolo. We all expect him to be traded. But negotiations can start now with trades, but it cannot become official until March 16th at 4 p.m. So if you're wondering when Jimmy's can or will be moved, it technically can't happen until that March 16th date. You may hear about rumblings before, you may even hear about a trade that's in place, but it cannot become official until that time. I think that date's very important, though, because I look at it, the 49ers, and we're going to get fully into it. We're going to do this with both teams, but the 49ers can save a ton of money by getting rid of Jimmy G, and they're going to need that for free agency. So just some interesting dates to look out for, y'all. Make sure that you guys are informed and fully ready to go for the offseason, and obviously keep it locked in here at Last Second Sports, because we're going to
we got you
that heat coming. But before we get to the Lions offseason outlook, and then we're going to finish with the 49ers offseason outlook, I just want to ask you, there's a couple things going on around the league. I just got an alert saying Doug Peterson is now the new head coach of the Jaguars. I thought it was a done deal last week that Leftwich was going to go there, but obviously that fell through. So what do you think about Doug Peterson go to the Jaguars?
I mean, he should be better than Urban Meyer. But no, I think it's a solid hiring. Yeah. I mean, he can get that RPO going, bring that back. He did some good things up there in Philly, Dilly. He's got his guy, Trevor Lawrence, Sunshine. They're going to need to retain some people and things like that. But I like the hiring. I don't think it's a bad hiring. I like Doug Peterson.
Somebody said that Detroit's been preparing since the Stafford trade for this offseason.
Anyways, I want to ask you, Jimmy G for Shaquille Barrett, would you do that?
Well, somebody threw it out. Yeah,
I seen the comment there. I wanted to ask you that. Okay.
Yes,
I think absolutely the whole chat probably would do that.
Yeah,
what's good.
Yes, we need another edge rusher. That's actually a big position in need for the 49ers. So yes, I would do that in a heartbeat. And that's, I think somebody brought that up on the call-in show yesterday and said, well, what's the possibility that the 49ers, Bieniemy being interviewed for New Orleans, that's a good fit.
Okay, about time.
Yeah, definitely. Ask what the possibility is that Jimmy could be traded for a player. I think that's a great point. You know, when we look at it, we're initially looking at draft picks and what he could go for, but looking at Jimmy being traded for a player, that's a huge deal, and that could definitely make things easier for sure, because teams will want to maybe dump salary and whatnot. So I think that'd be a good way to go. Darkish says over under 2.5 wins for the Lions next year. Rad's frozen, guys. He froze.
I am over. Y'all got us look, hey, I'm about to tell you right now. You make some moves that I'm talking about making, I'm about to email Brad Holmes first off and MCDC. Bro, we're going to be good for about 9 to 10. 9 to 10 minimum next year. Okay. 9 to 10. I'm locking it in right now. Watch. We're about to kill the draft, and we're going to kill in free agency.
Okay. I like it. I definitely like it. All right, well.
Real talk.
Let's jump in. Oh, actually, hold on. This league lawsuit stuff, what's going on there? What are your thoughts?
Who? I'm so sorry.
With the league lawsuit that's going on with Flores. suing the Dolphins and Giants, it sounds like.
I like it. About that? I like it. It's about time, man.
Yeah.
It's about time. And then a report popped up on how the Lions gave him Terrell Austin a sham interview back in 2018. So I don't want none of that business leaking up to Motor City, because we got to keep our head on straight. We don't need none of that outside noise and things like that. But no, I'm happy he's standing up, because there's only one black coach in the NFL. He didn't deserve to get fired in Miami. I think Jim Caldwell deserves a job. He's been proven. He has a proven track record. I like this. Expose the NFL, bro. Like, there needs to be more black coaches. You can't tell me what's the quarterback coach, not the quarterback, the offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore. They talking about him getting a head coaching job. Like, get out of here, bro.
Yeah, he's kind of, to use your word, he's kind of buns.
Yeah, like, no, like the names they be throwing out there, but you got all these other guys who can't get a job. Like Eric Bieniemy, for instance. Like, why he ain't had a job? He didn't have one of the most explosive offenses the past, 4 seasons? I get you got Patty Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, but at the same time, he is orchestrating some of those plays. I know Andy Reid's a mastermind also, but Bieniemy deserves a shot also.
Yeah, I think it's fair. I think the other thing that's not really being talked about as much, and my guy Barry Baller brought it up on the call-in show yesterday, is that teams are paying head coaches to lose games.
That's crazy.
What is going on, man? Like, You're paying head coaches to lose games. Is that what's really going on in the NFL?
That's wild.
It is
That's
wild.
wild.
This could blow some things wide open. And you know what? I think by the end of it, it could be crazy while it's going on. I think we're going to find out a lot of things that we kind of thought may be true, but hope that they weren't. I mean, to be real with you, this could make the league better forever. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing what comes out of this. If they did find out that coaches are being paid to lose, and then obviously, most of the players in the league are black, and then there's no head coaches.
Right.
Like, there's how many ex-players would be great head coaches, right? So I think overall, this is going to be a good thing for the NFL, regardless of what comes out of this, and I'm excited for it. Raul Gutierrez says Rad should be the quality control for the Lions. Now, Grant is quality control for the 49ers, self-appointed, of course, but he's got a jacket that says quality control. It's the whole deal. Low key, that might be a shtick for you and the Lions, man.
Bruh, they need to let me handle some business for real. I can make some things for the dangle. I'm telling you, bro.
It might be a good fit for you. I mean, they need one for sure.
I can get us pumping and jumping for real. We headed in the right direction, though, but just listen to me a couple times, and I bet you we can make some things shake.
Yeah, absolutely. My guy Eddie V coming through says Flores going at it with a lawsuit is smart. NFL operates like a mafia run by 32 families. That's a good point. It needs to be regulated. Discrimination is a crime. Yeah, that's
straight up, Eddie.
Facts about that. Yep. Alex says Trey area time. All right, let's jump right into it, man. We got a lot to talk about tonight. I'm curious to see what your Lions are going to do. And obviously, we want to talk through the 49ers as well.
So you want to bounce back and forth on like who we should resign? Then I go, then you go, and then we talk free agents.
We can do that. Let me
share.
Yeah, let me share screen real quick, and we'll get us. Let's see how we'll do this here. Share screen.
Boom, 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 boom. Hey, shout out to the chat. We appreciate y'all tapping in. Y'all pumping and jumping, baby.
All right, y'all. Let me know if y'all can see that. Hopefully everybody can see that. Maybe
we can see it.
Should we go here? No.
Move us down to the bottom.
We could do that. How else can we do this? No. I swear we could shift us down to the bottom. Yeah, am I tripping?
Yeah, you can. Here, let me see.
Or is it the comment? Is it because of the comments here?
Take that down, and then we should drop down to the bottom. There we go.
Oh, so then if there's a comment, it'll shift up. Okay, right. So we're gonna hold off on comments, not through the whole show. We'll get back to them, right? Let me flag kind of where we were at, but I think that Trade Armstead, that's a good one. Well, we can talk about it. So why don't you do this, Rad? Why don't you kind of go through the comments and star some comments that you like, kind of as we're going through this here. Gotcha. And so we'll start with the Detroit Lions. So here's the situation with the Lions. Hopefully everybody can see this okay. So the Lions have $23.63 million in cap space. Mm-hmm. You have 48 players that are under contract.
Okay.
And you've got, I'm just trying to look at it. You guys have a lot of players with big, I'm looking at the post June 1 cuts. You guys have some players you can let go. So I've got to assume that you've already looked at this. You've got some players in mind that could be some casualties. What are your thoughts here? Because $23 million on the surface isn't a lot when you only have 48 players under contract. What are your thoughts here? Who needs to go right away to free up some space for you guys?
As soon as the new year starts, we're gonna cut him at midnight 01. Trey Flowers. We're gonna get on the phone and see if we can make some trades. We're gonna hit up the Patriots, see if we can ship him back to New England we'll take him for a pack of Newports, to be real. Like, I just want his money off the books.
If you trade him, you'll save more money. So look at this. If you trade him June,
we save more than we do cut.
Yes, if you cut him, then you're gonna get rid of Trey Flowers, huh?
Listen, Trey Flowers, he's getting traded at midnight 01. We're getting rid of him. Really? I told you, we hitting up the Patriots. We're gonna hit up Vegas. We're gonna see if Josh McDaniels want him. Okay. Anybody who's got ties to the dude, we're trying to get rid of him. If that doesn't happen, then we're cutting him. Just by cutting him, I believe we're gonna get. I think it jumps up to $35 million if I'm correct. Let me see. So that 23, I believe, turns into 34. Yes, he is gone. Trey Flowers instantly is gone.
Okay.
So now,
real quick, hold on before we get too deep. So here's how we're going to do this show, guys. It's 49ers and it's Lions offseason outlook. We're going to look at the Lions offseason first, and then we're going to do the 49ers after that. Load up your questions. I already see some questions in here, about the offseason and if we trade or cut certain players. We can answer all those questions tonight because we have it all in front of us. So, like I said, we're going to go over the Lions first. Then we're going to go over the 49ers after that. So, okay, so you're saying $34 million if you cut Flowers immediately, you got $34 million on the books. Okay, I like it. And then what else? What else you got?
After that, I think it comes some like key re-signings.
Well, hold on, and we'll look at those. Can I ask
I would like to yeah, go ahead. And there's some contracts I want to restructure also.
Okay, well, let's walk through those. Who do you want to restructure?
Big V. Hapa Velati Vate.
Right.
Solid guard. He's solid, but he's getting paid way too much money. That was the old regime who went out there and overspent for a swing tackle from the Philadelphia Eagles. And they just want to throw him the bag.
Is he starting for y'all or no?
He starts, and he plays solid. But he's getting upwards, I believe, is it 10 mil or something like that? Like, nah, his cap hit's about to inflate. That's too much for not a top 10 guard. Big V instantly needs to restructure his contract.
Where's he at? Hold on.
He's at the top. He's at the top, bro.
There he is.
Right under golf.
He's only counting 8.7 against your cap, though. That's not that big of a number.
That's bro. Restructure his contract. Okay. We're restructuring him. That's too much for that production. No. Because there's some things I want to do in off season where I feel like
hold on. Here's the restructure. You guys only save $4 million. That's actually pretty significant.
That's a whole nother player. Hold on now. That's a whole.
No, you're right. No, $4 million's a lot of money. You're right.
That's a whole nother player, bud.
All right.
I want to restructure him. I want to restructure him. After that, I think we're sitting pretty. Like, obviously, you got to pay your quarterback the money. Got a Kuda, TJ Hawkinson, Taylor Decker. Boom, we're good there. Now it's just time to retain some of our players.
Okay. I'm just going through and letting these guys know that I got their comments starred so that I'm going to answer their questions. What Lions questions are out there? Yeah, I know. Some people are saying 31 million for Goff. What is going on? Any chance that you guys restructure or cut him? I mean, 16.7 million.
If we do anything with Goff, it's going to be the following season. I don't want to restructure because now we're just pushing that money back and we're locking into him for a longer period of time. Like, no.
Yeah.
This is right here. This coming season is like that prove it year.
I got you.
And then after that, we can make moves the following season. I believe we only gonna have like 10 million dead cap. Okay. So no, there's no need to restructure and just keep pushing that money back to him. Like, no, I don't want to do that because I don't want to be too tied to him because I already think he's Goffle. But he is. I love that, by the way. He's Goffle, baby. So no, I'm not trying to tie more years with the guy. He has to prove that he can be somebody we can move forward with this season. If not, boom. Now. Where's my re-signee page at?
Well, hold on. I'll get there in a second.
Okay, my bad. I'm moving ahead. I'm excited.
No. I just have a couple questions for you. So Jeff Okudah, what's the prognosis on him? Is he coming back? Is he?
Well, yeah, he's gonna be back. I think his best.
Is he looking good? Have you heard anything about his rehab?
No, we haven't heard much really yet about Okudah. I mean, it's that Achilles, man. Like an Achilles is worse than a knee nowadays. Like,
I agree, yeah.
Like, I'd rather the guy. I don't wish evil on nobody, but an ACL or an Achilles, and he also wasn't.
I mean, here's something that works really well though in your favor is that you just saw the Rams running back come back in 6 months from an Achilles and look good. So hopefully Okudah comes back and like that. Yeah. Are you still wanting to move him to safety? I remember you.
I think we should see what he can do at safety. 100%.
Okay.
Because we had a lot of corners flash this year. Jerry Jacobs, an undrafted rookie from Arkansas, he played big for us. Amani Arui, I can't even say his Amani. He stepped up really big. I think he finished the season with 6 picks before he got hurt at the end of the year. He was on his way to Pro Bowl, honestly.
Okay.
Then we still got Iffy Melifonwu, our 3rd round pick, big corner. You know,
I was going to ask about him. How did he play this season?
He was injured the majority of the season. He came back. First game back, he was in place, but didn't get his head turned around.
Okay.
You could tell that week of practicing, we came back against Green Bay. They had him on Devontae Adams. He did fairly well. They tried to throw a fade to him, got his head around, knocked it down. So I like Iffy. Big body corner, athletic, and having Aubrey Pleasant in the building, he's going to get coached up right. So Okudah needs to get moved to safety. If not moved, like we need to see what he can do at safety because the guy does like to hit and tackle. Now we just need to see what your feet look like there in the back because you know it's a little bit further back out there. You got a little bit more open field playing that safety position. So I do want to see him at safety. If not, we can always swing him back to corner. But I feel like we're pretty solid at corner, to be honest.
Alex wants to know who's better, Goff or Jimmy?
Goffel. I'm taking Jared Goffel.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, this is it, right? Like he has an arm that Jimmy doesn't. Yeah.
Goff arm is cool. He be throwing a lot of accurate ducks.
It's not a tier that I'd want to be in.
No, it's not. But we're gonna see this year because you know if you got the perfect pieces around Goff, he can kind of do some things. So we're gonna see, man. The emergence of this guy behind us.
The talent level, yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown. You know, the talent level was way in Jimmy's favor this year, and the numbers certainly weren't. So that says a little something.
He's buns, bro. Did he throw a touchdown in the playoffs?
He ended up throwing 2 in the last game. Yeah, he threw a pick in every game, and he threw 2 touchdowns.
I don't think the one to Debo should count, but okay.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair. No,
it was all Debo.
Okay. Can I just be real about your roster?
Excuse me. Be real.
You guys have a lot of work to do, man. A lot of work.
We don't, bro. We don't.
You
I'm about to tell you right now. I got the sauce.
Okay. We're gonna go there in a second. I'm just saying. I'm looking at this. You got some names that I like. All right.
Don't get caught up on names, baby. You got to get caught up on production. What that film look like. Yeah, we don't have a lot of big names, but that's cool. It'd be a lot of big names out there that don't produce. I want a guy who's gonna come in and play hard every down. And we got guys that come in and play hard every down. We was in a lot of football games, blew it towards the end, but that's just inexperience. A lot of rookies. We had the youngest team in the NFL, and our whole coaching staff was rookies.
You got no more than, I'd say, 25 players that I'd want on my roster.
That's fine.
I'm just saying that's a lot of work. When you got a 53-man roster, that's you guys are not even halfway there. So you guys have a lot of work.
I'm totally cool with that because we got a good offensive line, we got a good tight end,
okay,
we got a good receiver who's shown he can take over a game, and then I'm about to re-sign a couple people, and we got the draft. Now defensively, we gonna need a little bit more pass rush. I feel like we're good in the secondary.
Amin's letting us know wrench squad. That's what it was.
Oh, wrench squad. Salute to the wrench squad. Shout out to the wrench squad. Gang. Straight up. No, man. You know what? That's okay. Now, when we push out them minimum of 9 wins next season, you're going to be like, Rad, you was right. I'm like, I know, bro. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I know the game.
I mean, here's the thing. You guys have a lot of capital to play with. You just found out a way to clear up a lot of cap space. You have the picks. I'm not saying you guys can't be competitive. I'm just saying right now, as it sits, I'm looking at that roster going, maybe max 25 guys.
Because it's a lot of people like names that just don't pop off the charts.
Right.
That's cool, but
that's fair.
I watch them week in and week out, and I know what they're capable of.
Okay.
Where we at? What's this? Is this my re-signees?
These are your re-signees. So these are your free agents. Here's what's cool about this is you've got the free agents. You've got if they're unrestricted, restricted, and how many snaps.
Rights.
I like this exclusive rights, and I like the snap count right here. This is kind of dope.
Oh, what side is this over the cap? That look different than mine.
Isn't that dope? Look at that snap count. So you can see if they even played a lot for you, if they're worth bringing back. That's super clean. I like that. I wonder if I can organize it by snap count. Ooh, there we go.
You can.
Yes, you can. There you go. That's clean. Okay. So Tracy Walker, let's talk about him. Unrestricted free agent.
That's my number one go-to.
Okay, got to bring him back. All right, I like it.
100%. Tracy Walker's coming back.
Okay.
He was the quarterback of the back end. Now Charles Harris, I'm kind of torn on because we're getting Romeo back, who was our top pass rusher 2020 until he dealt with this injury week 1.
Okay.
Now Charles Harris did do his thing for us. This was a proven year, and he did his thing. But it's just we're gonna have too much money tied up in the edge position, and with that number 2 pick, I'm kind of feel like we're leaning towards either getting Aiden Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeau out of Oregon. So why bring back Charles Harris if now you're gonna be a rotational player, and he's gonna have to get paid this year, anywhere from 7 minimum. I would say $7 million a year, and I don't think you should be paying a rotational edge rusher, backup edge rusher, $7 million a year. So that's why I'm kind of torn on him. Production wise, he did his thing. He's probably one of our best defensive players this year, but I just can't. That's just too much tied up in that one position. And I get getting after the quarterback does win you games, but paying a backup minimum $7 million a year, I can't go with that. I think that's just a little too much. No, especially if he's not going to be hitting 10 sacks. You know what I'm saying? This year, I think he got, I want to say 7.58. Okay. So no. So Charles Harris, no. Where we at? You going down the list?
Alex Anzalone?
AA battery Duracell. He plays some good football for us, but I think we're gonna have to let him walk just because we have the rookie Derek Barnes, who I feel like has to step up in his position.
Okay. You know what I like about what I'm seeing through your free agents, though. And for anybody that's just joining, here's what we're gonna do. We're going over the Lions right now. They're off season, and then we're gonna go over the 49ers. But what I like about your free agents, they're all young. Like all of them are well under 30. Like that's big. You guys got a young team. That's something to look forward to for sure. So
I was telling you that we had one of the youngest teams, a lot of rookies playing, and a rookie head coach, rookie coordinator. We have rookie coordinators. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So I like it. I mean, that's good. It's not like because a lot of teams I feel like have decisions to make on some old heads. Man, they're old, but they're good. What do I do? I don't feel like you guys have those decisions. You guys either want to build with these guys or you want to move on. So I don't hate it.
Shout out to Brad Holmes. Everybody he brought in this year was on prove-it deals, 1-year deals. Didn't overpay nobody just because hey, we can get rid of you next year. He low-key played it like Madden, bro. He low-key played it. You know how you do on Madden. You bring somebody in on a 1 year just because we need you to fill in, but if you ain't do what you need to do, we're going to move on from you. And so we're going to move on. AA played good football for us, but he can't make it back because he's about to be 28, and we have a rookie who needs to get that experience and get the rocking and rolling. Okay. Evan Brown, 100% we are re-signing. Yes, I'm going to put him on a 2-year deal. He proved that he could step in for Frank the Tank Ragnow, our all-pro center, who went down very early in the season, and he plays some solid football for us. And I'd like to see if he could play some guard a little bit, get some competition rolling at the guard position. But he showed that he can be a solid backup. Khalif Raymond, solid special teamer, little guy, gadget player. He's not making it back on the cut.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You can skip over Matt Nelson. He led the league in most pressures given up. So
he's not coming back.
That's when Detroit Lions was just, we weren't doing that much because Taylor Decker was hurt and he was in there at right tackle and we had Penny at left tackle at the beginning of the year. Yeah, Matt Nelson's terrible.
Okay. Now, why don't you just give me another 2 or 3 names that are
that I'm bringing back? I'm bringing back Dean Marlowe. I'm bringing back Jalen Reeves-Maben.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Just a veteran safety, play a good backup role. I'm going to bring back Jalen Reeves-Maben.
Okay.
I'm also bringing back Josh Reynolds. That's Goffle's homeboy from LA Rams. He came in when he showed up. We picked him up off waivers, and he played some solid football for us. He scored a few touchdowns. I want to put him on probably like a 2-year deal. That's another receiver that we can add to the core that came in and showed that he can do something, help us out. Jack Fox is definitely getting retained, even though he's on that exclusive rights. Man's got to, when I say he can change the football field, he can change it. He's got a boot on him. I'm definitely locking him in. Long snappers getting locked in. I'd bring back Brock Wright also. Get him on a cheapo, little third tight end. He can be.
Is he like a blocking tight end type? Like what type?
He's a mixture. He can do it both.
Okay.
I can't. Is that Kadero Hodge? He's out.
Yeah.
He's gone. Here, and then Tommy Kramer, I believe, is right underneath him. Left guard from Notre Dame. He was a undrafted rookie. I'm gonna bring him back. If anything, he can go sit on that practice squad.
Okay.
What other names before I Our fullback Kabinda should be in there somewhere. I'm bringing back Jason Kabinda at fullback. I do like Sean Dion Hamilton.
He's down way here.
I'm bringing back our fullback.
He's 0% of the snaps, it said.
No, that's not true. That's not right. That's definitely not right. We ran the ball in Detroit. That's not right.
Okay. All right.
No, we didn't have Jared Goff throwing the ball 50 times a game.
I'm just saying, I don't know.
They messed up. Scroll up a little bit. I do like Sean Dion Hamilton. He could possibly come back on a nice little 1-year deal. I'm not bringing back none of those backup quarterbacks. And Riley Patterson, the kicker, is also coming back.
Okay. All right. I remember you guys came into the preseason and carried no kickers. That was wild. Just to make sure that you guys could get some people on the practice squad. That was smart. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Okay.
They kind of know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? We had a good draft this year.
No, it was a good little loophole. Okay, so before we get to the 49ers side of things, and appreciate this right here, by the way. I mean, we got a Rams fan that came in to talk trash about beating the Niners or playing the Niners a week ago and it stuck with us. So we appreciate it, Rod. Good luck to your
Reynolds is
Rams.
a solid. He's a solid. And go Rams.
I don't know about that, but yeah, good luck to y'all. So as far as his other teams' free agents, we're not going to get in. I mean, that's going to be a whole, another million shows, I'm sure. But is there like just one guy out there that you have kind of just fallen in love with that you really want to go after? Okay, just give me one name.
I'm gonna give you two. Okay. I'm giving you two. I want Marcus Williams, safety from the New Orleans Saints.
Okay.
He's a tone setter.
Okay.
He's already used to the defense because Aaron Glenn was down there in New Orleans previous year. So they already got a relationship there. Hopefully they can somehow lure him up to Detroit. Because I don't see how the Saints did it last year, but I don't know how they can finagle all this money every year. Like, you're starting off negative cap, 60 mil negative cap every year, but somehow you always finagle it. So I don't know if they can do it 2 years in a row, but I want Marcus Williams, the safety. And then I also want the tight end from Tampa Bay Buccaneers, O.J. Howard. I want somebody to come in and push T.J. Hockenson. T.J. Hockenson's good, but I feel like he needs to be pushed to another level. Just because sometimes T.J. feel like he can go out there and do what he want to do because he know ain't nobody going to come take his job. O.J. Howard, everybody know he was solid coming out of Alabama. He just ain't got his chance down there in Tampa Bay. He had to deal with Cameron Brate. Then they bring in Gronk. Like, nah, I want O.J. Howard come in as our tight end too. And then I also want Marcus Williams to pair him up with Tracy Walker. And now I feel like we have a solid, super solid safety tandem.
I like it. Before we get over to the 49ers side, is there anything you want to wrap up on the to tie a bow on the Lions?
No, if they listen to me, we're going to get some wins, bro. Go out there and get Marcus Williams and O.J. Howard. I mean, there's a couple other pieces, but I ain't going to go into it. Them two right there, I feel like we need to go get off the rip. And then let's have a solid draft. And if they see my mock draft, they'd be like, okay, yeah, we're going to invite Rad to the war room.
Yeah, he says, when I came in here, I wasn't talking smack. I was just saying that if we make Jimmy beat us and stop the run, we should be fine. Yeah, and I'll to be fair, Rod, I don't remember. There was a bunch of Rams fans in. I don't remember if you were talking smack. And I guess not talking smack, but like you were just confident in your team. Like there's nothing wrong with that. You should be. But I will say this. One thing I have to eat crow on is I didn't think there was a team out there that could stop the 49ers run, and y'all did it. So that's ultimately why you guys are in the Super Bowl and the 49ers aren't. So you got to feel good about that because that's not something that anybody's been able to do. So like I said, congratulations to your Rams and,
Yeah, and they got a top 8 quarterback. That's why they have a better quarterback also.
He tried to throw the game away if we're being,
by a long shot. Yeah. Top 8. I'm done. Top 8.
Rad's mock draft is all talk. We haven't seen it yet.
You know what? And I'm keeping it. I'm telling Bud Joe, when you see it, bro, you're gonna be like, okay, Rad.
We're gonna do some mock drafts.
I've been already mocking.
For sure.
Since week 1. Let Jesse tell you. I've been mocking since week 1. So what are you gonna do? When Jimmy's gone, are you gonna get that tattoo removed or covered?
You started this last show. I think people really believe that I've got a Jimmy.
You do have a tattoo, bro.
I know. Yeah. Where was it at again? I want to
Right
make sure
there.
that you.
The shoulder. I know where it's at.
Oh,
On that shoulder blade. Like a little thotty. A little thot. That Jimmy tat on your shoulder blade. No, answer the question. Are you getting it removed or covered? Everybody want to know.
Oh my gosh, bro.
What?
You know what? I'll tell you
Get
this.
into your off season, but you got to answer that question before the show's over.
I'll tell you this. I was wearing my Jimmy G socks for the game.
Oh, you're a bum.
Just to troll a little bit, and he didn't come through, even though I was wearing the Jimmy G socks. So a little disappointed in that for sure. All right, so I scrolled up in the chat. I don't know where you're at or if you can see it, but I starred some questions going all the way back to 10:49 p.m. There's like 3 or 4 questions that I starred. So one of them is, would you trade Armstead? Well, let's look at that. So as we get into the 49ers side of things, 49ers have just over $5 million in cap. We only have 34 players under contract. Now let's be real. Right here, we got Jimmy Garoppolo that's going to be traded or cut, and that's going to save him $25.5 million. So immediately,
a lot of cheddar.
Immediately, we're going to have $30.5 million right there, right off
rip. And
so,
you got to get your tattoo removed.
Or I got to get right.
You should just get Trey Day.
Oh, like a cover up, like Trey. I got you.
Do something along that line, bro. But go ahead.
Yeah, but the Jimmy one was already covering the Kaepernick one. You can only do like so many.
No, don't lie. He didn't have no cap. He didn't have no Kaepernick one. No, he didn't. He started with that Jimmy G one, and now he's feeling like a little thought because he got it. I'm just saying, bro.
If I ever. Anyways, all right. Eric Armstead. What was the question? Hold on. Would you trade Eric Armstead? Okay. So here's what it would look like if you trade Eric Armstead. So let's go to trade pre-June. You'd only save $3.5 million. Probably not worth it. Let's see if you trade him post-June. There you go. $15 million. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. But I got to say this. Eric Armstead was a big reason why the 49ers were successful down the stretch. He played really good football. He's making it hard to even consider trading Armstead. But if you are going to trade Armstead, you don't want to do it pre-June first. You want to do it post-June because you would save $15 million versus if you trade him pre-June first, you only save $3.5 million. So that would be your answer. I'm personally not.
Keep him.
I'm not. But if I was, I would do it then. Raheem Mostert. Somebody asked the question about Mostert somewhere. Actually, 2 people did. Ricky Williams. Appreciate you, Ricky. Love that you're back in here. And then Alex, 2 below. Mostert is cheap. I'm sure there's a chance that he comes back. Yeah. You know what? I go back and forth on Mostert. I really do because he's injury prone. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Mostert has been injury prone, but the one thing I would like about him, bringing him in, and I'm gonna say no only because I have a name of a guy that I really want to bring in, and I'll talk about that at the end. But I could see a reason for bringing Mostert back, and for me, that reason is to take those carries away from Debo. Long term, I don't want Debo touching the ball in the backfield 8 times a game. Like that's not a recipe for a long term career. Let's not forget that Debo is a little older now. Now Debo was older when he got drafted. He's already 26 years old. So if he's going to be a running back for you / receiver, I just think that career is going to be cut really short.
That's a lot of wear and tear.
Yeah. You're about to re-sign him for big money, and I just don't think that's the way to do it. Now, the reason they put Debo back there is because they needed that lightning, and he gave you that. You've got Mitchell back there. Mitchell's great. First of all, as a rookie, 0 fumbles. Incredible.
That's nice.
And falls forward all the time. He's got pretty good vision, and he's fast, but he's not killer speed fast like Mostert or even Debo. Debo can break away from you. Bringing back Mostert would mean that you wouldn't have to put Debo back there. Those 8 carries or so could go to Mostert, assuming he could stay healthy, and you have that home run threat. So that's why you would bring back Mostert.
What about your other running back that you drafted from Ohio State, right?
Sermon, yeah.
What did he do? Where's he at? Where is he in the mix? Hello? Am I tripping? Can y'all hear him? Audio, yeah. Are you muted? We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Brody. Well, he'll be back, folks. He's coming back. Until then, we're gonna talk more Lions. Let's talk Lions. It's on the ticker, Lions offseason. All you 49er fans, y'all need to have faith in the Lions. We're gonna have a great year, and I need y'all rooting for us. But we don't need no negativity. I want only them positive thoughts for the Lions. You know what I'm saying? Because I show the Niners love. We're gonna need some Detroit Lions love coming from y'all. Real talk. Real talk. What kind of questions we got? Khalif Raymond. I say we don't keep Khalif Raymond just because we can find a gadget receiver late rounds in the draft. I like Calvin Austin out of Memphis Tigers. I think he can fill that void. He's been having a really good Senior Bowl this week. So I personally don't want Khalif Raymond back. Hold on, Alex. That's a backhand compliment. You're going to give us good luck, but we have no chance. Chill out. The NFC North is wide open, first off. Aaron Rodgers is probably out of Green Bay. Minnesota and Chicago got whole new regimes coming in, so they don't even know what's going on with their coaching staff just yet. So I feel like the NFC North is going to be wide open because if Aaron Rodgers leave, I feel like Devontae Adams is going to leave. He doesn't want to be there for no rebuild. So I feel like we have a really good chance to win the NFC North. I'm telling you, we're going to get 9 wins this coming season. We do. Thank you, Raul. Shout out to Raul. We do. We deserve one. We deserve one. You know what? I'm going to show you some love, Miguel. Lions getting torched in 2022. No, it's not happening. But we appreciate it. Appreciate the love, Miguel. Appreciate it. It's definitely not happening. What we got? Oh, hold on. Hey, Big Heck, appreciate that. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Chad, so what do y'all think the Niners' biggest need is this offseason? Since we already talking some Niners and a lot of Niner fans here, what's the biggest need? Is there anybody in the Senior Bowl y'all been looking at? Things like that until Jessie gets back. Any Senior Bowl prospects y'all like? Because I did watch the Senior Bowl today. I would agree with you right there. Goffel is kind of trash. Niners need a quarterback. I think the quarterback class is nice. Only thing is y'all don't have a first round, so I think possibly in the second round y'all could get I don't think Ahmad Garner's gonna fall to the second. Y'all could get Kobe Bryant from Cincinnati, University of Cincinnati. He was the Jim Thorpe runner. He had a good Senior Bowl today. That could be a corner. I think that could be there. I believe he's got some length too. If y'all haven't looked at, go look at Kobe Bryant for Cincinnati, University of Cincinnati. He's a good corner. Because I don't think y'all going to be able to land Ahmad Bryant, but his running mate did his thing. I believe he was only averaging giving up 30-something yards a game, and he's the Jim Thorpe winner, and he's got a lot of length and speed. He had a good Senior Bowl today, Kobe Bryant. Welcome back, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. It just cut out. Said my camera and mic weren't connected, so I don't know what the heck happened.
The chat's saying y'all biggest need is cornerback. You know, I'm talking to the Niners fans. Corner and edge.
Edge.
There's a couple good edges. There's a couple good edges out there. Jermaine Johnson from Florida State's been having a good Senior Bowl. I also like the guy from South Carolina. Kingsley Indembar. He's having a good Senior Bowl. He's good. And I think he could fall to y'all in a second. Kingsley could for sure. And I think he's a day one starter, to be honest. 6'3", 260. Pair him up with Bosa. But y'all run that 4-3, right? Hand in the dirt, defensive end. And he can show that he can put his hand in the dirt. But I think Kobe Bryant might be available for y'all. Y'all might want to watch some film on Kobe Bryant.
No, I've heard a lot of good things about Kobe Bryant, actually.
And the name is dope. Oh, we got a comment up here. But let me see what my boy Bud Joe. Go Lions. You know what I'm saying? Miguel must have had a typo, so I fixed it. Lions will be torching fools in 22. Hey, there you go, bud. Shout out to the Lions Nation. It was a typo.
I mean,
100%.
That's fair.
We appreciate the support. Shout out to Bud Joe, man.
All right, let me show him some love. Hold on a second.
I know it's hot as the devil's toenails in my apartment. Good Lord. I'm over here sweating. Go ahead, man.
You guys got the heat on over there. I mean, it's cold in Oregon, isn't it?
We sitting like in the 40s, high 40s. That ain't cold, though. Like, I don't know.
What do you think about this, Malik Willis? What are your thoughts?
No.
No.
I don't want him. I mean, the quarterback I've been watching, I like Sam Howell from North Carolina. Okay. I watched the kid from Western Kentucky today. He looked good. I was going to go look at Carson Strong out of, I believe it's Nevada. He also has a strong arm. Malik Willis, I mean, today he hit some throws, but then he would just miss. He missed a flat route. He threw it at the dude's ankles. Like, come on, bro. That's a high school throw right there. Like, I need a little bit more consistency. I get that he's mobile. He's probably one of the most mobile quarterbacks coming out this year. But personally, I like Sam Howell just because he's mobile and he has a better arm. He's already shown he can make every NFL throw. Played him with the ACC. So, and if we do take a quarterback, I want it to be with the Rams pick so we can get that fifth-year option. That's how I want it to fall out. Okay. But do not take one with the number 2 pick or I will be highly upset. And I don't think they would do that because they don't want to put that pressure on Jared Goff also. You take that number 2 pick, now you done messed up Goff mental. And Goff is kind of, weak-minded a little bit. He a little timid. So you kind of you can't rattle his brain a little too much. So taking somebody with that number 2 pick or have Goff,
Okay. Somebody asked about trading Dre Greenlaw and what could we get for him. So whether you trade him pre or post June 1st, it's going to be about $2.5 million in savings. Yeah, I think I'm looking at trading Greenlaw because I'm not trying to pay any of these linebackers. You've already got Fred Warner locked in, big money. You've got Azeez Al-Shaair, who's been very good. I'm definitely looking to trade Greenlaw. I think you could probably get maybe a 4th. 5th for sure, but probably a 4th to be real. Greenlaw is pretty good. I think they can get a 4th for him, especially because he's cheap and he's young. Yeah, I think they could probably get a 4th for Greenlaw. I really do. There was another question in here. Somebody asked about Storm Duck. I've heard a lot of good things about Storm Duck. I haven't looked into Taylor Britt. Really, I'm going to start Monday. I'm going to start breaking down a lot of these guys Monday for the Patreon. And then I'll give like a 5-minute breakdown over here on the channel, just like a synopsis of what I feel about these guys, and then write about them over on All 49ers Sports Illustrated. But I'm going to be more geared towards just 49er needs. So I'm not going to be looking at a lot of first-round guys, being that the 49ers don't have a first-round pick. So I'm going to be geared towards second round and later, and positions of need for the 49ers. So that's what I'll be bringing to the table throughout the offseason for sure. And then obviously Rad is diving deep into everybody because they
chill out. First off,
no, you guys, it's fun. This is a fun time of year. If I
love this time of year, yeah, but don't sprinkle too much. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got 10 picks. We ain't looking at every position because every position is not a need for us.
No, but I'm saying you guys are going to be looking at every round. Like we're going to hear about a lot of first round picks because of you, not because of what the 49ers
do. I'm just
so
I don't know, man. You be throwing some salt a little bit. I don't know how to take your comments sometimes. I don't know if it's love or hate.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead. Good. Go ahead. Where we at?
I actually just said this I just had a show with Jack. Marcus Mariota is Trey's backup. I love that. And here's the reason why I love it. First of all, Oregon Duck guy. So love Marcus Mariota. But he would be good for Trey because he would know how to handle that pressure that Trey's going to be facing. Let's not forget that Mariota was the 2nd overall pick. Highly touted coming out of Oregon, was supposed to be a savior of a franchise. Knows what it's like to have a franchise resting squarely on his shoulders. So anytime that Trey's struggling or Trey needs help with anything, I think Mariota would be a great mentor for him. And on top of that, if Trey goes down, Mariota is a good player, especially with Shanahan there. So I would love if if I'm choosing one backup for Trey Lance, it's Marcus Mariota. That's just me personally. So
real quick,
yeah.
Would you even consider moving Kittle?
No.
No.
Too much. No, too much money. Here it is right here. So if you trade him post June, you're saving. Well, actually, it's not that bad. You're actually saving $11 million.
Would you consider it for a first?
I would do, yeah, but it wouldn't be a first in this year's draft. It'd be a future first. So he's just off your team for no reason.
Okay.
Because if you trade him pre-June 1st, you're only saving $3 million, so you can't do that.
Right.
So it would be a future first. I don't think I would do that. I think think about it. Trey Lance, this is his first season starting. You're going to remove weapons for him for a future first. I can't go.
I feel that.
I can't go. I'm not. If I could trade him and save that money for a first this year, I might consider it. But I'm also not that. I mean, you tell me. You've been looking into this for a while, and you've been into the first round. The first round's not really that talented to me. Like if I was getting the 15th overall pick for Kittle, what am I really going to get for that?
At which I need an edge or a corner.
Edge, corner, that would say interior offensive line.
There's a couple interior offensive line.
Okay.
Now their corner, y'all probably could land Ahmad Gardner, who didn't give up a touchdown all season.
Okay.
Edge, you probably could land Ojabo from Michigan, Aiden Hutchinson's running mate. He's a solid speed rusher, solid.
Okay.
I mean, you pair him and Bosa up together, you might have some problems.
No, I've heard a lot of good things about him.
He could be some problems. Him and Bosa paired up. I mean, sitting there at 15, yeah, I think you possibly could definitely get a corner or a nice edge at that spot. But then at that point, now who's your backup tight end? You would probably have to turn around in the second round and draft the kid out of Colorado State, Trey McBride, who has some Kittle. I've watched some film on. He got some Kittle tendencies now to run after the catches. He's very violent, run after the catch. He's a solid inline blocker, great hands, good hand-eye coordination. Like I see why he won the Mackey Award, the tight end award, because his film shows it out of Colorado State. So yeah, I mean, if you could finagle something like that, if the draft just fell to where McBride was sitting for you there in a second, like that's solid because I do see some Kittle in him. He's got a lot of dog in him.
Okay,
but I get it. It's Kittle. It's Kittle.
You do it. 15th pick overall this year, right now. George 15th. Kittle. And money without money, I mean, let's not even talk about
it. I'm probably honestly not doing it because y'all are sitting in the 20s of the second round, and I don't think Trey McBride would be sitting there for y'all. Now, Lions situation, I would move TJ Hawkinson probably, but just because I don't think he's on Kittle's level yet. And I like Hawk, but he just ain't that dog like, you know what I mean, Kittle. No, I'm not moving it. And then you make a good point. Why are you going to give up, a weapon for trade day?
Yeah, you're right.
But y'all can get something good.
Yeah, somebody else was asking about Armstead. We talked about Armstead earlier. I'm keeping Armstead, but if I was going to trade him, it'd be post June 1st because you're saving 15 mil. But again, you're running into the same problem that we just talked about with Kittle. Because these guys you're saving a lot of money if you trade them post June. The pick you're getting is for the following year. So you're just taking talent off this team that can make a Super Bowl run. So to me, it's not worth it. Now, next year, most likely usually if there's a big designation post-June, that means next year there's a big designation pre-June. So next year we can talk. But right now, I'm not moving these guys. Not this year. The year after we can look at. But I'm personally not doing it. So, okay. So this is what we've got. The only other person I want to talk about is D Ford. D Ford's not going to be back on this team. So if you cut him pre-June, you're only saving $2 million. He's going to be cut post-June. And the reason is because you're going to save $7 million. So he's either going to retire or they're going to cut him post-June.
What about
save that money?
I want to talk about the ex-Lion real quick. Because
Lakin?
I couldn't stand him when he was a Lion, but I guess he found his way. I mean, schemes can make players. Lincoln Thomason.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Is he re-signed or what? What's the deal with Lincoln? Because
they're gonna have to re-sign him. Here he is, right here, top of the. Top of the morning to you.
Now, is he your number one re-signee? So coming to the offseason, who you got to bring back out of that list? Like, who's a must bring back?
Yeah, Laken Tomlinson's at the top of that list for me, for sure. I mean, you're talking about a guy that never gets injured. He's in the Pro Bowl. Like, he's going to the Pro Bowl this week. I mean, as a reserve, but still, he's a good player. And he has a lot of chemistry with Trent Williams. So, yes, he's a must bring back. The problem is they drafted a guard in the second round last year that didn't even play. So, Aaron Banks.
Okay, I remember. Big buddy. He's a big boy, right? Real big.
Yeah, he's a thicken. Yep.
Okay.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to bring back Tomlinson because we don't know what we're getting out of Banks. And Banks hopefully can start at right guard for the 49ers. So, yes, Laken Tomlinson, definitely bringing him back. If I look at Brunskill, maybe. I mean, super cheap. I wouldn't mind bringing him back. Same with Compton. But some guys that are for sure going to be gone. First of all, K'Wan Williams, gone. If we're talking about trading Greenlaw, then we got to bring back Azeez Al-Shaair. That's a must. So I'm bringing back Azeez. I'm trying my best to bring back DJ Jones because I don't know what Kinlaw is. Kinlaw's been injured the first couple years. Who knows? I believe he has arthritis in his knees. I don't know that for sure, but I'm just telling you, when you fly and your knees swell up, that's usually a sign of
hold on. So, every time he get on the plane, his knees swell up.
So here's what happened. He had a cleanup procedure at the end of last season. So not this season, the end of last season. Okay. And just for people that don't know, when you have a cleanup procedure, what that means is they are removing some of that cartilage from your knee, which means you're closer to being bone on bone. That's what a cleanup procedure is. So if they're doing a cleanup procedure and then you have many months to recover and you take a flight to go to training camp and your knee swells up, what do you think that means?
Yeah.
And you're 320 pounds.
He might need to start catching a Greyhound bus to the games then, like.
Right. And I'll tell you another thing.
To leave a little earlier before the team.
He didn't really do anything in training camp. He wasn't practicing between games in the few games he played this year because they were trying to manage things. That tells me I think it's arthritis. Now, they're saying that it was, botched surgery and they had to go do more cleanup and it was a partial ACL and they didn't realize it. But I don't know. I'm not the expert. I'm just telling you, I have arthritis in my knees. I know what it feels like. I know what happens when I get on a plane. And I'm just telling you, based off of what I see, I think it's arthritis, which means that dude's basically done. He's not making it to contract 2. I reserve the right to be wrong, but that's just from afar. That's what I think is going on.
Go up that list real quick. Tart. Jaquiski Tart. What's the deal?
That's an interesting name because
what's the deal there? I want to know.
They don't. You're interested, huh?
I mean, we need a safety.
I know you do. Here's the deal. He came back on a 1-year prove-it deal, was very inexpensive, and basically it was like, hey, he did prove it. I mean, he played very, very good football this year. So I think he's probably going to demand more money on the open market than what the 49ers are willing to pay. They drafted Talanoa Hufanga. They also have Tavarius Moore coming back from what was his? I think his was an Achilles as well. So they have some guys there. I don't think that Tart's coming back. And personally, I would love to have him back, but I'm not paying him probably what he's going to demand. So I think he's going to walk for sure.
There y'all got it. You got it right there on Last Second Sports, baby. He's gone.
Arden Key is another interesting one. I think that Arden Key is a guy. Yeah, so he had a really good year this year, Rad. But again, you have to remember, you know Kerry Hyder, obviously.
That's my guy. Right? He plays hard.
But you guys also had Chris Kosaric as your defensive
D-line coach. He gets the most out of his D-lineman, straight up.
Absolutely.
He gets the most. He gets the most.
So Kerry Hyder had a really good year for the 49ers last year, playing again under Chris Kosaric. And as soon as he left, he did nothing for Seattle. So Arden Key got boosted numbers this year. I think that's a big testament to what Chris Kosaric brings to the table. I really do. And so I think what Arden Key's going to do, he's only 26. I think he was a first-round draft pick, if I remember
He
correctly.
came out a few years ago, and I remember that name.
LSU, right?
Yeah, he was high. First 2 rounds for sure.
Yeah.
He's going to go get paid. He's going to get paid.
Well, so here's what I think's going to happen. He had a press conference a couple weeks ago. We talked about how he liked the atmosphere here, and he felt like this was a really good organization, and it felt good to be part of a strong organization. I think that Key's going to come back on a very team-friendly deal, 1 year, and he's going to want to he knows that being in San Francisco is his best chance to put together a second good year. And then that salary cap's going to shoot way up in 2023. That's going to be his chance to get paid. So I think he's going to overlook, maybe 5 to 7 million this year, knowing that it could put 20 million in his pocket in the future if he plays well again. I think he's going to bet on himself. I really do. And I think he knows that he can do well here with Kocurek in San Francisco and have 2 good years in a row and really get the bag. So that's what I think is going to happen with Arden. I think he's going to be back. I really do.
Real quick, I'm looking at y'all roster. I got y'all roster pulled up also.
You looking at the roster or free agents?
I'm looking at just y'all entire roster. There's only about 15, 20 people I would just want on my roster.
I think you're lying, but okay.
Y'all got a talented roster. I just had to throw a little jab. Looking at your roster, there's only about 25 names here that I would even consider. Like, get out of here, man. You don't know our Lions, bro.
I'm just saying.
You don't know what we about.
You're right, because obviously if I go through this free agent list, I'm looking at it and I know every name on this list. I know what they bring to the table. Same thing when you look at the Lions. If I look at the Lions, I don't know half the names.
You don't know none of them. You probably don't even know some of the starters, to be real.
No, definitely not. Why would I? I'm not a Lion fan.
You know
that's why you're here, right? To
100%
and tell me I'm lying. Am I wrong though when I say 25 player? Am I tripping or?
You are tripping, bro. Like, we solid. I'd have to go pull up the roster.
I'm not saying guys that can make an NFL roster. I'm saying guys that you would want on a winning roster. I said 25.
I get what you're saying. I know what you were saying.
Okay.
We're not the most talented, but we play hard. Okay.
But you want to be talented, right? So
100%. We're gonna bring in some more talent this year. It was a first.
So when I said 25, was I like way off there? Or?
You was off. I feel like you were off. I would have to go pull up the. I'm not gonna go through the names, but
I'm looking at my free agent list and I'm going, damn, like there's some names here that could really help.
Real quick. Go, hold on. I seen somebody and I remember him coming out of University of Michigan. Mo Hurst, interior D lineman. What he about? What did he do?
He didn't.
What Mo Hurst do?
He didn't. Nothing? The little bit that he played decent, but he just didn't get a lot of run because he was hurt so much this year. So
oh man,
he might be back next year because of that. To be real with you, he might come back on the cheap. Because again, you're with Kocurek. That's that means you're going to do something as long as you can stay healthy. So yeah, man, there's a lot of good free agents for the 49ers. A lot of names here, guys that we know are important to us. We got Kevin Givens. Dante Johnson played a good role. Juan Jennings, obviously, but he's definitely coming back.
Where my guy Verrett? He locked in or he a free agent?
No, he's a free agent.
Oh, Verrett's gone then. Man.
Yeah.
I like when Verrett is healthy, bro. I don't care what nobody say. I've always felt like this. When the guy's healthy, he low key, he's in that top half of like cornerbacks in the NFL. Like when he was a Charger, I felt this way because I seen him play against Calvin Johnson, and I'm like, bro, like dude, like 5'9", he feisty, 5'10".
Yes,
and then 49ers, like when he's healthy, I don't want to say the top 10 word, but like in my far as like what I feel about him, like he was always in my top 10 when the dude was healthy, always. Not saying he's a top 10 corner, but just in my eyes, I felt like he was a top 10 corner.
No, he's legit.
At least top 15, bro. Just Verrett was a baller, bro.
He is. No, you're right about that.
It's his health. Like, dang.
He just can't stay healthy. Now, what this doesn't show is that some of these free agents, and this is for every team, signed future deals. So, like, Brendel just signed a future deal with the 49ers. There's some other names on here. And the Lions, I'm sure, have the same situation going on. So, some of these guys have future deals. Some of these guys are completely restricted. They'll be back. Top 5 what?
Corner. I wouldn't put him there, but like in my eyes, I always felt like he's just in that top.
He's definitely a top 15.
He's in that top half of corners when he was healthy.
He's a top 15 corner when he's healthy. There's no doubt
dude
about
was
that.
super solid, man. It's crazy. How old is he now? Is he probably
31.
done. Yeah, I was about to say he got to be in them 30s now. Yeah, his career it's just 31. Sad. Man.
I think a lot of people are do want to bring him back because they know he'll be super cheap and he would be your third option. But for me, if I'm doing that, I'm looking at guys that like Fuller for Denver. I'm bringing in guys like that are around the same age, that have been extremely healthy, that are veterans.
Good film also. Fuller has good film.
Very good film. Now, the one guy that I really want to bring in, and
I was about to ask you.
It's not a huge position of need, but it's a guy that I wanted last offseason. Talked about it a lot. He would have been cheap for the 49ers. And Kyle Shanahan a couple weeks ago confirmed that he's looked at this guy in multiple offseasons. Cordarrelle Patterson. Imagine having him with Debo and Trey. And so remember when I said I wouldn't bring back Mostert?
Yeah.
This is why. Because I would put some money into a guy that's a little bit healthier, a guy that's more of a Swiss Army knife, a guy that can be your special teams returner, and he can be your home run guy and take some of those hits instead of Debo. So I'm looking at Patterson. If I can bring in Cordarrelle Patterson,
that's a good signing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good signing.
And I was looking at him last offseason, but it didn't pan out for whatever reason. The reason I talked about it last offseason is because I had said that the 49ers offense isn't the same when Debo gets injured. And when he does get injured, that you need somebody to keep that offense going. Well, now I look at what Debo did and I look at what Patterson did this year, and I'm saying, hold up, these two on the field together, you can do a lot of damage with those guys. That's gonna cause a lot of problems for defenses. So I would love to bring in Cordarrelle Patterson. He's kind of my wish list.
You'll need an edge. Melvin Ingram. Would you bring in Melvin Ingram from the Chargers?
If I'm going to bring in if I'm going to bring in an old head, I'm going to bring in JPP.
Okay.
Because
go ahead.
Because he's a little bit younger. I don't think he'll cost a ton. Tampa, he's a free agent. He's probably not going to go back to Tampa. And I know he can still get to the quarterback pretty regularly. What I noticed with Kansas City is on third down, they were bringing Ingram out of the game.
Okay.
I want a pass rusher, and I know that JPP can do that. So
let me throw a veteran corner at you real quick.
Okay.
Patrick Peterson. PP. Chat. Would y'all bring in PP?
I'm not against it. But there's other guys I'd rather bring in personally.
Stephon Gilmore?
Gilmore's, but I think Gilmore's going to be more expensive than some of these other guys we're talking about.
For sure.
Yeah, Patterson can still return kicks for sure.
100% he can.
Yep.
He's still deadly at it too. He still can get you at least to the four. He'll break it if need be. They said no thank you on the PP deal.
Yeah, he's just a little bit older. Yeah, see, these are pipe dreams, guys.
J.C. Jackson, I don't know. New England like to pay their corner, so they might retain him, but they got some DBs over there. Marshawn Lattimore, I don't see him leaving. I mean, if he do, come on up to Detroit.
I would love to have these guys, but I promise you, they're not going to. No, they're too much money, and J.C. Jackson's going to stay in New England. They love to pay corners.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason they let Gilmore go. It's because they were going to pay J.C. Jackson. And at the very least, they're going to franchise tag him. J.C. Jackson he'll be in a Patriot uniform. I'll guarantee it. I'd be shocked if he wasn't. Xavier Howard would be very nice. Raul likes the JPP suggestion. So, again, early looks. I just want to let you guys know exactly what it is. Let me go over this for you guys again I lost it because I had to exit the chat, but I'll give you guys.
While you talking about that, hey, make sure y'all click those like buttons for us and subscribe, please. Show us some support and click that thumbs up. You feel me? Take a second real quick and just click that button. It literally takes 5 seconds. If that, click that like, please, baby.
All right. Baby, so here's some dates for y'all. So March 1st through the 7th is going to be the scouting combine. March 8th, prior to 4 p.m. is the deadline to do a transition or a franchise tag. March 14th through the 16th is when you can do basically work with free agents. You can't officially sign them until the 16th at 4 p.m. Eastern, but you can work with free agents and kind of get those contracts in place. And March 16th is when the new league year starts, which means those deals that you worked on 2 days prior can be official, and any trades that you have worked out can be official. So everybody wondering about Jimmy G, when he can be traded, when will he be traded? Jimmy G, the negotiations, they can work on a trade now. They can have a trade in place, but it cannot be completed until the 16th, March 16th, 4 p.m. Eastern. That is the deal. Robert Quinn, yeah, I would love to have Robert Quinn for sure.
What about Kelvin King, DB from Green Bay?
I'm straight.
No, you straight on that one? What about Vernon Hargraves?
Not mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Okay.
I wouldn't be mad at that. Is he a free agent?
Mm-hmm.
Man, the Bucs are just going to fall apart, aren't they?
No, I think Vernon was with Cincy.
Oh, no. He was with them. No. He went to
was Cincy.
Cincy or Houston?
Hargraves. My bad. Let me see. Let me go. He's with Cincinnati.
Oh, was he? Oh, okay.
I'm just throwing some names out there. You know what I'm saying? Just going out there.
Yeah, I feel it. Stingley, yeah, he'll be a first-round pick, for sure.
Oh, for sure. I think him and Ahmad Gardner are going to be the first two corners off the board.
Yeah. Niner by Nature, we actually talked about this. No, I don't think we bring back Tart. I think he's 30. He knows he's got one last little payday in him, and I don't think the 49ers are going to be able to afford him. They also were able to bring in Funga, and they've got more coming back as well. So Tyrann Mathieu, I would love to have Tyrann Mathieu. That's
everybody want Honey Badger.
He's
I don't care if he's 32. Paid. I don't care if he's 32.
He's still going to get paid. He's going to get
Honey Badger still flying around.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Eli Apple's here's the thing about Cincy. They have about $53 million cap space. So if they want to keep any of these players, they'll be able to do so. So it's up to what Cincy wants to do. I think they're going to bring back Eli Apple. I really do. He's a little bit raw, but he's got a lot of speed. And I think they'll bring back Eli Apple. That's just me personally. People are talking about Kobe Bryant. Yeah, there's a lot of guys.
He had a good little. He's had a solid little outing. Y'all can bring back Solomon Thomas.
Okay. What about this edge rusher from Penn State? You done any looks at him?
I haven't like really looked at him too much.
Me neither. I can't answer you on that one, Jamal. I haven't fallen in love with guys yet. I will here in the next week. I'm going to start diving in deep. Guys, that's the show. We appreciate the hell out of you. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. It's easy. Just close the chat. Right there. There's a subscribe. Hit that. Hit the bell notification so you never, ever miss an episode. And all off season. You guys have to remember, for those of you that are new or those that have been riding with us, we started this last off season. This is our second channel, obviously, but we started this last off season. We rode through the off season. We know how to keep content pumping through the off season, and we will make sure that we keep you guys informed and ready for your team's off season. So we appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, subscribe, and until next time,
we out.